Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe one of those weeks, a month, where you do everything you're supposed to do? You wake up, you drink the coffee, you answer the emails, you sit in the traffic, you eat the meal, you watch the show, you go to sleep. You check all the boxes. On paper, it's a life. But if you're being brutally honest with yourself, in the quiet moments, late at night when the noise of the day finally fades, you feel a certain kind of hollowness, a sense that you're a passenger in your own body, that the movie of your life is playing, but you forgot your lines, so you're just standing in the background of your own scene. If that feeling hits home, even a little bit, then this video is for you. Because today, we're not going to talk about productivity hacks or 5-step morning routines. We're going to talk about the single most important question that separates a life of quiet desperation from a life of profound meaning. Over 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Socrates, standing on trial for his life, uttered a phrase that has echoed through history. The unexamined life is not worth living. Now, let's be real. In our hyper-distracted, always-on 21st century world, that can sound a little dramatic, a little pretentious even. The unexamined life. What does that even mean? Is it supposed to be some dusty academic exercise? Do you need a philosophy degree to live a worthy life?
No, absolutely not. The brilliant thinker and activist Dr. Cornel West frames it in a way that cuts right to the heart of it. He says that examining your life isn't just about thinking, it's an act of courage. It's about having the guts to stand witness to your own life, to look at the whole thing, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the painful, and not flinch, to not numb yourself with another scroll, another show, another drink, another purchase, to simply be present with your own reality. The unexamined life is the life on autopilot. It's the life where you are living out a script written for you by someone else. Your parents, your teachers, your culture, the algorithm. It's a life of reactions, not intentions. And Socrates and Dr. West are telling us something earth-shattering. They're saying that a life lived on that script, a life where you never stop to ask, wait a minute, is this my script? Do I even like this story? Am I the hero or just an extra? They're saying that that life isn't just unfulfilling. It's not worth it. It's a tragedy. Because the greatest gift you have, your consciousness, your one shot at this experience, is being left on the table. The silent cost of the unexamined life. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we begin to examine? This isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it starts weak and it gets stronger with reps. I want to give you 4 foundational practices. Not a checklist, but a compass. First, let's talk about the danger of not examining. When you live on autopilot, you outsource your decision-making. You chase goals without ever asking if you actually want them. You want the promotion because that's what successful people do. You want the bigger house because that's what the American dream looks like on TV. You stay in the relationship because it's comfortable, and the thought of being alone is terrifying. You accumulate things, but not meaning. You build a resume, but not a character. Your life becomes a collection of shoulds. I should be happy. I have a good job. I should be grateful. I have a family. I should feel successful. I have the car and the condo. But should is the poison of authenticity. It's a comparison game you can never win. The unexamined life is filled with the ghosts of shoulds. And the silence between those shoulds is where that hollowness we talked about lives. It's the nagging feeling that you're running a race you never signed up for, and the finish line is just more running. I know that sounds heavy, but we have to diagnose the illness before we can talk about the cure. The unexamined life is a slow fade to gray. It's the horror of waking up at 40 or 50 or 70 and realizing the person you became is a stranger to the person you once dreamed of being. That's the real risk, not the discomfort of looking inward, but the silent catastrophe of never looking at all.
Pillar 1. Radical self-inquiry. The courage to ask why. Pillar 1. Radical self-inquiry. This is about asking yourself brutally honest questions. And the most powerful tool for this is terrifyingly simple. A pen and a piece of paper, or a blank document. No prompts, no filters, just you, your thoughts, and the blank space waiting to be filled. The act of writing externalizes your inner world, allowing you to see your thoughts as objects, not just overwhelming sensations. It's like taking a tangled ball of yarn from inside your head and carefully laying it out, strand by strand. Tonight, before you go to bed, I dare you to ask yourself these questions and write down the first thing that comes to mind. Don't edit, don't judge, just write. Let the words flow, even if they feel nonsensical at first. The goal isn't to find the right answer immediately, but to begin the process of unearthing. What am I pretending not to know? This is perhaps the most uncomfortable question because it implies a willful ignorance. It points to that nagging suspicion in the back of your mind, that truth you've pushed down because it's inconvenient or painful. Maybe it's about a job you hate, a relationship that's unhealthy, a habit that's harming you, or a dream you've abandoned. What's the truth you're whispering to yourself in the dark but refuse to acknowledge in the light of day? Write it down.
If money were no object, what would I do with my time? Not buy, but do. This isn't a fantasy exercise about luxury cars or mansions, though you can write those down too. This is about identifying your core passions, your true drivers, what genuinely ignites your spirit when the pressure of survival is lifted. Would you learn a new language? Volunteer. Write that novel. Build something with your hands. Travel to a specific place, not for vacation, but to experience a culture. This reveals your intrinsic motivations, often buried under layers of financial necessity and societal expectation. What conversation am I avoiding right now that I know I need to have? This could be with a partner, a family member, a boss, a friend, or even with yourself. It's about unspoken truths, unresolved conflicts, or necessary boundaries. Avoiding these conversations drains your energy, builds resentment, and keeps you stuck in inauthentic patterns. Acknowledging the conversation is the first step towards having it, and that simple act can be profoundly liberating. When was the last time I felt truly, deeply alive and joyful? What was I doing? Who was I with? This question is a beacon, a compass, pointing you towards what truly nourishes your soul. We often chase what we think will make us happy: promotions, possessions, external validation. But real joy often comes from unexpected places. A simple moment in nature, a deep conversation, creating something, helping someone. By identifying these moments, you can start to intentionally weave more of them into your daily fabric rather than hoping they'll just happen.
What belief do I hold that might be completely wrong? This is incredibly challenging because our beliefs are often foundational to our identity. This isn't about questioning facts, but questioning the narratives you live by. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. People always leave me. I have to do everything myself. I can't trust anyone. These are often deeply ingrained from childhood or past experiences. Write down one belief that, if challenged, could fundamentally shift your perspective and open up new possibilities. These questions are crowbars. They are designed to pry open the parts of you that have been locked away. It will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will want to run. It will say,
This is silly. I'm tired. Let's just watch Netflix. That resistance, that's the sign that you're in the right place. That's the dragon guarding the treasure. You have to be willing to face that dragon. Writing it down makes it real. It takes the swirling chaos in your head and puts it on the page where you can see it. That's the first step. You have to see it. This isn't about solving everything in one sitting. It's about initiating the dialogue with yourself. It's about opening the door. Pillar 2. Embrace constructive discomfort. Growth lives here. Pillar 2. Embrace constructive discomfort. The examined life is not a life spent on a meditation pillow in a state of perpetual bliss. That's a fantasy. The examined life is messy. It's about having the courage to look at your own flaws. Let me say that again. It's about having the courage to look at your own flaws, to admit when you were wrong, to apologize, to acknowledge your jealousy, your pettiness, your fear, your insecurities, your tendency to judge, to blame, to shrink away. We spend so much energy building this perfect public-facing avatar on Instagram, at work, even with our friends. We project strength, confidence, success. We curate a version of ourselves that we think is acceptable, lovable, impressive. Examination means taking that mask off when you're alone and looking at what's really underneath. And here's the secret. It's not about hating what you find. It's about having compassion for it. It's acknowledging that these flaws are often born from pain, from past experiences, from protective mechanisms that once served you but now hold you back. You cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot change what you pretend doesn't exist. Think of it like this. If you have a deep wound, you can't heal it by putting a smiley face sticker over it. You have to clean it out. And cleaning it stings. It hurts. But it's the only path to actual healing. Self-examination is the process of cleaning your psychic and emotional wounds. Where in your life are you choosing comfort over growth? The comfortable job you hate versus the terrifying uncertainty of starting something new. The comfortable silence in your relationship versus the uncomfortable, honest conversation that could either save it or end it. The comfort of blaming others for your problems versus the uncomfortable responsibility of owning your part in them. The comfort of staying silent when you should speak up or speaking when you should listen. The examined life asks you to intentionally, consistently choose the path of constructive discomfort, because that's where every single ounce of growth you will ever experience resides. That's where resilience is forged. That's where true self-respect is earned. It's not about seeking pain, but about recognizing that discomfort is often the signal that you're on the edge of a breakthrough. It's the burn in your muscles when you're getting stronger, not a sign to stop, but a sign to keep going. Pillar 3. Cultivate fierce curiosity, the scientist of your soul. Pillar 3. Cultivate fierce curiosity. This is where it starts to get fun. When you shift from judgment to curiosity, everything changes. Instead of judging your anger, you get curious about it. That comment really set me off. Why? What nerve did it touch? What insecurity did it poke? Is this anger genuinely about this situation, or is it a familiar echo from something else? Instead of judging your procrastination, get curious about it. I know I need to work on this project, but I'm cleaning the grout in my shower instead. What am I really afraid of? Am I afraid of failing? Am I afraid of succeeding? Am I afraid it won't be perfect? Is this avoidance a cry for help, signaling I'm overwhelmed, or do I truly lack interest in this task? Curiosity is the superpower of the examined life. It turns your inner world from a courtroom where you are both judge and defendant, locked in a cycle of self-condemnation, into a laboratory where you are the lead scientist of your own experience. There are no bad emotions. There is only data. Anxiety is data. It's telling you that you're focused on a future you can't control or that your nervous system perceives a threat. Sadness is data. It's telling you that you've lost something you valued or that you're grieving. Joy is data. It's telling you what is truly aligned with your soul, what brings you authentic energy and meaning. Frustration? It's telling you a boundary has been crossed or a need isn't being met. Live like a detective in the mystery of you. Observe your reactions without immediate judgment. When you feel a strong emotion, don't just react. Pause. Ask, what is this trying to tell me? This allows you to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Extend this curiosity outward. Read books that challenge your worldview, not just confirm it. Listen to people you disagree with, not to argue, but to understand their perspective, to expand your own mental map. Travel if you can, and immerse yourself in cultures different from your own. Try a new hobby and be willing to be terrible at it, to embrace the beginner's mind. The goal is to break your own patterns, to shake up the snow globe of your life so you can see things from a new perspective. A life without curiosity is a closed loop, endlessly repeating the same patterns. The examined life is an open question, an endless exploration. It's the difference between memorizing a map and actually embarking on the adventure. Pillar 4, connect beyond the surface, mirrors for your soul. And finally, Pillar 4, connect beyond the surface. Socrates did his examination in the marketplace, in dialogue with others, provoking thought and challenging assumptions. Dr. West speaks of love and community as essential, fundamental to our humanity. This is not a solo journey into your navel. You can't fully understand yourself in a vacuum. Our identities are shaped and refined in relation to others. The examined life demands examined relationships. Look at the people you spend the most time with. Are your conversations transactional, about work, about logistics, about gossip, about the weather? Or are they transformational? Do you talk about your fears, your dreams, your struggles, your deepest hopes and disappointments? Do you share your true self, or just the public-facing avatar? We've become experts at the small talk that keeps us safe. How are you? Good, busy. You? Same. It's a script. It's a polite barrier. It keeps us from the vulnerability of a real connection. And yet, it's in that vulnerability that true growth happens. It's when we allow others to see us, truly see us, that we begin to understand ourselves more deeply. I challenge you to break that script. The next time a friend you trust asks how you are, try telling them the truth. You know, honestly, I'm feeling a little lost right now, trying to figure some things out. Or, I'm actually really excited about this thing I'm working on, but I'm also terrified of failing. See what happens. It's scary, but it's an invitation. It gives them permission to be real with you, too. It builds a bridge, not a wall. The examined life is built on these moments of authentic connection. It's finding the friends who will ask you the hard questions, not to judge, but to help you see yourself more clearly. The ones who will call you out gently when your actions don't align with your stated values. The ones who see your flaws and love you not in spite of them, but including them, embracing your full humanity. These relationships are powerful mirrors. They reflect back to us aspects of ourselves we might not see on our own, both the light and the shadow. They show us who we are and challenge us to be better. Seek them out, nurture them, invest in them. They are more valuable than gold because they facilitate the invaluable process of self-discovery. The unfolding masterpiece of you. So the unexamined life is not worth living. It's not an elitist statement. It's a call to arms. It's a plea from history, from philosophy, from the deepest part of your own soul to wake up, to stop being a passive spectator in the incredible, improbable, once-in-an-eternity miracle of your own existence. This life, your life, is not a dress rehearsal. It is the main event, and you are the protagonist, the director, and the audience all at once. The examined life is not easier. It's harder. It requires courage you didn't know you had. It demands a vulnerability that feels like jumping off a cliff. It will ask you to confront your fears, your shadows, your past traumas. It will ask you to let go of identities, beliefs, habits, and even people that are holding you back, no matter how comfortable or familiar they are. It will sometimes feel lonely as you walk a path less traveled.
But the reward is not happiness. Happiness is fleeting, a wonderful byproduct, but not the ultimate goal. The reward is wholeness. It's integrity. It's the profound, bone-deep peace that comes from knowing that you are living in alignment with your own truth, your deepest values, your authentic self. It's the feeling of being the author of your own story, shaping each chapter with intention and purpose, the composer of your own symphony, choosing each note, each crescendo, each moment of silence. Your life is a masterpiece waiting to be carved out of the raw marble of your days, but you are the only one who can pick up the chisel. The autopilot will keep you as a rough, undefined block of stone, comfortable, safe, and unrealized, a potential that never blossomed. To examine your life is to pick up the tools, to start chipping away at everything that isn't you, the expectations of others, the limiting beliefs, the fears, the distractions. It is the hardest work you will ever do, and it is the only work that truly matters, because a life that is truly lived, fully witnessed, bravely examined, and consciously shaped, that life isn't just worth living, it is everything. It is a gift, not just to yourself, but to the world. It ripples outward, inspiring others to pick up their own chisels, to begin their own journey. My question for you today is this, and I want you to be honest in the comments. What is one thing, just one, that you've been pretending not to know about your own life? Or what's one uncomfortable conversation you know you need to have? Let that be your starting point, your first active examination. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for tomorrow. Begin now. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Be brave.